Game 6, who you got?
Detroit Pistons, Game 7 at home. It's going to be too tough to beat them there.
Yeah, 4-0 all time in Game 7s in there, Jim.
Okay, Alex. I love you, T-Mac.
There you go. Time to take you to Detroit. Game 7, number 157 in NBA history. Magic and Pistons. Mike Green, Richard Jefferson, Tim Legler, and Lisa Salters got you covered.
Ernie, Game 6 proved to be historic. The Magic building that huge lead early in the third, ready to finish off the Pistons. But Detroit's determination led to one of the greatest comebacks in NBA playoff history, led by a suffocating defense and a special leader named Cade, and the Pistons prevailed. Now it comes down to one game. And here we are in Detroit for Game 7, sellout loud crowd at Little Caesars Arena. The #1 seed fought off 2 elimination games. Can they finish the job here today? Cade Cunningham, brilliant the last 2 games to save Detroit's season. He may have to do it again. Now the Magic need their star to help their team respond to that deflating loss in Game 6. It's the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons. Once again, we welcome you to the NBA playoffs presented by Google here in Detroit. For the first round presented by Popeyes, the brackets, 3 Game 7s in the East, Philly winning last night. And the winner of this game here will play the winner of tonight's Game 7 between Cleveland and Toronto. And good afternoon, everyone, with Richard Jefferson and Tim Legler, Mike Green on hand, Lisa Salters with us as well. It has to be one of the most compelling first rounds we've had in recent years. We've had some thrilling finishes. We've had some record-setting comebacks, and we've also had historic collapses. A little bit of everything, and it's not over yet. All right, Legs, let's start with Detroit. Their dream season almost ended in a nightmare the other night in Orlando. But Cade Cunningham and his team, their mental toughness showed they refused to lose.
And that sums up Cade Cunningham's performance in this series perfectly. Certainly he's had help with contributions amongst his supporting cast, but make no mistake, the Detroit Pistons wouldn't be here in a Game 7 at home if it wasn't for what Cade Cunningham was able to do in both Game 5 and Game 6 in a series where daylight has been particularly hard to find offensively. He's the one guy that has consistently been able to create quality shots for himself and his teammates, and those are the numbers that have brought us to this point. Cade Cunningham has been a star.
Now we're all tied up at 3 games apiece. Meanwhile, Richard, the ironic thing about Game 6, that first half may have been the best half of the series for Orlando, and then disaster struck. So how do they respond and recover?
Well, the NBA playoffs is all about don't get too high, don't get too low. Coming off a loss like that, that is the epitome of do not get too low and move on to the next game. The clips that I'm about to show you are from Paolo's Game 5, where he had one of the most dominant games of his career. He's got to get downhill. He can't have any hesitation. You see, catch and shoot, and he's got to play with force. He has the strength and the skill to be unstoppable. He's going to need to do all of that if his season is going to continue.
Well, for decades, Game 7 at home was pretty close to a guaranteed win, but not recently. The last 17 Game 7s in the NBA, the road team has won 10 of them. Today here in Detroit, 2 teams fight to keep their season alive.
NBA First Round on ABC is presented by Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. And in part by Google. This presentation of NBA First Round presented by Popeyes will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
This is ESPN on ABC.
After being down 24, they've come back.
Fight to see another day. That's who we are. We weren't going to lay down.
Orlando missed 27 of their last 28 shots.
They're going to be desperate. We're going to be desperate. So do whatever it takes.
Oh, it's not over with. We'll go and attack it.
The Magic poured it up.
You got to go get Game 7. You got to do it the hard way.
Back against the wall. No choice but to keep swinging.
Ooh, got it. 99.
Come on!
One down game. Let's go.
None of this stuff means anything if we don't go win Game 7.
Detroit, Michigan, home of the Pistons, will face the Magic tonight for the right to move on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. As we look at the starting lineups, no changes for the teams, obviously. Franz Wagner's still out, so Jamal Cain will start his third straight game for the Orlando Magic with the rest of the usual starting five. And for the Pistons, Cunningham, Robinson, Thompson, Harris, and Jalen Duren. The Pistons have not won a playoff series in 18 years. The Magic have not won in 16 years. Right now, for the first time, let's check in with Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, Jamal Mosley said his Magic team had to come into this building today with a certain mentality, with a belief and trust that they could walk in here and get a win because they've already done it before in this series. Mosley said today's Game 7 will be as much mental as it is tactical because in addition to any on-the-court adjustments made, his guys have to be able to mentally flush what happened in Game 6 in order to move on. Paolo Banchero said, we can't go back and change that last game. It stings, but it all goes away if we win tonight. As for the Pistons, Cade Cunningham said after the win on Friday night, hey, it keeps us alive, but doesn't mean anything if we don't win Game 7. I asked him if he had any nerves before the first Game 7 of his career, and he said, I'm hungry. I want to go finish the job. We fought our way back to this point, Cunningham said. Now I want to finish it. Mike?
All right, Lisa. Well, here in Game 7s, some players shine, some players shrink. Some are made for this moment. Of course, the stars so vital to lead their team, but role players often embrace the pressure and deliver on this Game 7 stage. Richard, everybody talks about Game 7. It's just different feelings when you take to the floor. Is it really?
It really is, because there's so much focus on what happened before and how you got to this point. It doesn't matter if you were down 3-1, if it was 3-2. Your job is one game. It's the play in front of you. It's the man in front of you. It's the team in the locker room. Can we extend our season? There is no more fun situation.
Legs, in terms of energy, you have to come, obviously, and bring the energy, but you also have to control your emotions to start a game like this.
There's no question. Control and poise is going to be very important in a situation like this. You know, everybody's heart rate is up. Everybody wants to play well at the start. Critical that you take care of the basketball and you make sure you're concentrating with your defensive assignments. Don't make anything easy because of a mental mistake.
Well, the Pistons have been great at home all season long, 32-9 during the regular season, but they lost Game 1 of this series. That gives the Magic a little bit of confidence coming back into this building. They have to overcome what happened the other night in Orlando. They could have been already to the second round, but a 24-point early third quarter lead disappeared. And here we are, one and done, or one and move on. And Carroll's put up some huge numbers. Tobias Harris guarding him